people, it's your girl Adeola. Happy International Women's Day. We're still in that week. I hope that you guys all celebrated the women in your life. This year's theme is breaking the bias. And speaking of being biased, did you guys hear that Nigerian men in America can no longer become US residents or US citizens by marrying American women? It's unbelievable. I've been getting so many calls from Nigerian men. They've been calling me left and right. Adeola, how can you help us? This is discrimination just because we are men. Our wives in America can no longer fight for us to get our palio, our green card, our citizenship. They said the Senate and the House of Representatives in America voted that just because they are men. Baba, because this doesn't apply to women. This is just discrimination. This is a gender bias. This is gender discrimination. But wait a minute, please give me 1 minute. What is it? Say whatever you want to say. Why are you shaking? What is it? Huh? You don't mean it. I knew it. The story doesn't sound right. How can such a story be true? You made this happen in Nigeria? Nothing. I knew it. Baba, we have to come here again. It's the Nigerian lawmakers that voted. I knew it. Common sense is not common. I was just about to ask Thomas, how can something like this happen in America? All right, let's start over because people will think that we're giving them false information. It is just too ridiculous to even be true. You know what? Let's leave it like that for perspective so that they will understand how ridiculous this whole thing is. What's up, my people? It's your girl. Let me start by greeting all my fathers. All my fathers at the Senate, at the House of Assembly. How you doing, Jare? My father is your girl, the only one that will tell you the truth. Actually, let me start by thanking all of them that voted for women's rights last Tuesday, March 1st, because not all of them is doing sky. For real, we have some amazing men. We have some men who have good self-esteem. Those of them that don't feel threatened because a woman is sitting next to them at the Senate. God bless you, all my fathers that voted for women's rights. But unfortunately, common sense, like I said, is like a flower. According to Ralph, it doesn't grow in everybody's compound. Some of these lawmakers are yet to grow up. You know, you can age without actually growing. You know, it's a very sad something. So the Nigerian 1999 Constitution has a lot of ridiculous clauses that needed to be corrected. I mean, the world is moving forward, right? Especially when it comes to how women are viewed by the Nigerian Constitution. We're talking about half of the population of Nigeria. On March 1st, these men at the Senate, at the National Assembly, they all had the opportunity to correct some of these clauses, but so many of them refused. First of all, the Nigerian Constitution allows a Nigerian man to file for his foreign wife to become a Nigerian citizen. Just like my father, Governor Oshiomhole, that married a model from Cape Verde. You know, he was able to bring her to Nigeria and file for her to become a Nigerian citizen. But do you guys know that a Nigerian woman cannot do that? A Nigerian woman that marries a foreign husband, like me, that married an Ethiopian man, very beautiful Ethiopian man like that, I cannot file for my husband to become a Nigerian citizen. How stupid is that? How ridiculous. And these men had the opportunity to reverse that. But guess what? A lot of these men voted against that. How ridiculous is this? Tell me, how does that even affect their life as a senator? How would that affect their sleep? How does this affect them if a foreign man becomes a Nigerian citizen? Another one is the fact that a woman is not allowed to become an indigene of her husband's state in Nigeria if she wants to become an indigene of his state. You know, in America, for example, you can literally get in your car, move to another state, and become a resident of that state, whether you're a man or a woman, so long as you are an adult. And I'm not even comparing America with Nigeria before some people will start commenting. I'm just saying, what is the big deal in a married woman becoming an indigene or a resident of her husband's state if she wants to? Baba, you know what? Let me tell you the big deal in this. They know that in Nigeria, if a woman cannot become an indigene of her husband's state, she cannot be elected or appointed into positions in her husband's state, especially when it comes to politics. And so they will say she's a foreigner. And at the same time, they can no longer give her appointment in her own state because they will say she has now married a foreigner. They just want to keep a woman down by any means necessary. And you people, for how long? The rest of the votes, I'm not even that mad. I'm mad, but I'm not that mad. And I'll tell you why I'm not that mad. First of all, they had the opportunity to amend the constitution to now allow women to occupy at least 35% in political party administration and appointive positions across federal and state levels. Majority of them voted against this. They also had the opportunity to amend the constitution to allow 20% women representation at the House of Representatives or 10% representation position at the Senate, also the ministerial or commissioner nominee, and majority of them voted against this. Lastly, they had the opportunity to amend the constitution to allow 111 additional seats for women at the National and State House of Assemblies. Women are not even trying to occupy the seats that the men are already occupying. They are saying that give us our own seats just so that we are also at the table. And this men said no. You know why I'm not even that mad about all these ones, this last three? It's because the women are to be blamed. I'm sorry, I like to keep it real. You cannot blame these men. You don't need for them to set aside a certain number of seats for women as if you know whether we qualify or not. And I know why women are fighting for a certain number of seats. I'm not saying that we shouldn't. We are fighting for that because they've tried to have more women representation for years and years without success. So I'm aware that in many countries in Africa, they have certain number of seats set aside for women in order to encourage equal representation. But this Nigerian men, this Nigerian, no, they don't want equal representation. And since they are the majority, 95.9%, let's just say 96% at the National Assembly is made up of men in Nigeria. Of course, they will always vote down things like that. Please don't blame them. I'm here to even defend these men. These men, I'm here to defend them. You cannot blame them because they don't know any better. Or let me say, they refuse to know better. Did I mention that so many of these men, so many of my fathers are the Senate, and so many of them are not exposed or well educated? Do you know that all you need to become a lawmaker in Nigeria is a secondary school certificate or secondary school? Literally anybody can become a lawmaker in Nigeria. Somebody that is not exposed, somebody that is not well educated, you want them to do the right? No. Common sense, like I said, it doesn't grow in everybody's garden. These men feel insecure. They feel threatened by a woman sitting next to them at the Senate. So you cannot blame them. So in all of this, like I said, I want to blame Nigerian women. Benny, move closer, my Nigerian women. Exactly what is our problem? We have the numbers. Do you not see? We have, when election comes, they always tell us that women are 50% of the population. They will tell all these women to line up. They will tell them who to vote for. They will give them a bag of rice and whatever and tell them, you must vote for this person. Just go and press your hand on... Father, we have suffered. Sometimes they will say women are 49%. But you know when it is time to get married in Nigeria, they will tell us that there are more women than men. You better hold on to the guy that is toasting you, that is proposing to you. Otherwise, you may not find husband. Suddenly, women's population increases whenever they are talking about marriage in Nigeria. All I'm trying to say is that Nigerian women, we need to wake up. You see, the majority of these men, they don't care about you. No, they don't. They don't even see you. They don't see you as a somebody. Unless you want to be a secretary or an assistant, or you want to be a second wife, or you want to be a side chick. But if you want to sit at the table where decisions are being made about our country, Nigeria, they will fight to the last breath to prevent women from getting there. And that is why I want to talk to women. You see, it's a waste of time to try to argue with somebody that is ignorant. No, you're just wasting your time. You cannot convince these men. Their minds are set. How long have we been arguing with them now? For more than 60 years. You know, they are the ones that have been in power since independence. And you see where we are. Nigerian women. By now, you should have thought about the fact that you cannot continue doing the same thing and expect a different result. There needs to be a revolution among Nigerian women. Every Nigerian state gets to have 3 senators representing them. Why do we keep voting for these men? Why must they all be men? In fact, at least at any given time, at least one of them should be a woman. So why are we not voting for women that will go and represent our interest? I think I know why. You know what? Move closer. I'm sorry, but you cannot just expect women to suddenly occupy huge political position when women are not encouraged to participate in decision makings in the house right from the time that they are young. I don't know if you guys have noticed, growing up in Nigeria, it's like women are there just to be seen, not to be heard in so many homes. In so many Nigerian homes, do you know that a lot of husbands don't ask their wives' opinions before making decisions that will affect all of them as a household? The man will just make decisions because he's the man of the house, and the woman is just supposed to go with it. They don't ask for women's opinion. opinion. Just look at how they raise boy child and girl child. From the time that the boy child is growing up, they will tell him, you need to work hard, you need to be somebody so that you can be a breadwinner, so that you can take care of your family. This. They don't say that to girls. They don't tell them to work hard, become the best that they can be so that they can become somebody in the future. No, from the time that a girl child is young in Nigeria, they tell her, you need to behave well, you need to sit well, you need to know how to put your legs together, you need to know how to cook, you need to know how to clean, because if you don't do all these things, who is going to marry you so that you can find a good husband? You need to know how to take care of yourself. Look at you. You are not wearing nice bra. You need to sit straight. You need chest out, sit straight. All these things. This is how we raise our girls. They want them to do well in school because they are paying school fees, but they don't talk about what the future holds for the girl child. Do you know that in Nigeria, if you are a girl child, if you are a female, it doesn't matter what you achieve growing up. It doesn't matter if you are always number one. It doesn't matter if you are the worker of the week. It doesn't matter if you get your bachelor's, your master's, your PhD. What matters is, do you have somebody you are dating? When are you getting married? Baba, we have suffered. As women in Nigeria. Nigerian women have suffered since they are young. It's like there's nothing a Nigerian woman can do if she's not married. It's like she has achieved nothing. Can I break it to you guys? Marriage is not an achievement. I'm sorry to say, there are so many married people that are miserable. There are so many single people that are happy, unless you make yourself unhappy just because you are not married. Being married is not an achievement. It's a good thing if you're married, especially if you're married to somebody that makes you happy, if you marry your soulmate or whatever. But if you're married and you're miserable, what is the achievement in that? So why are we using that as a yardstick to determine whether or not our daughters have achieved things? I saw somebody posted this tweet. This is a lady living abroad supporting her family members. They will gladly take money from her, but when one of her cousins was getting married, they reminded her, this is somebody that is younger than you, is already getting married. She posted it there, and people were like, you need to start sending them money. It's as if everything that this lady had achieved meant nothing just because she was not married. Also, I blame the women because you need to see how they raise their sons. A lot of Nigerian women will raise their sons to believe that they are superior to women, and then they will say, someday you will find a girl to take care of you. Baba. If you look at the job description that some Nigerians have for wives, it is exactly the same job description as a house help and a prostitute. You know, it's so unfortunate because this thing starts from the presidency. A whole president said it that his wife belongs in the kitchen and in the other room. So Nigerian women will tell their sons, you know, you need to find a girl that can cook for you, clean up after you, wash your clothes. And I'm like, that is the job description of a house help, and that will be good in bed. That is the description of a... I'm just saying, I'm sorry to say it, but there's something fundamentally wrong with how we raise our sons and how we raise our girls. And then you expect women to be participating in politics when they are not heard right from the time that they are kids. Baba, it doesn't just happen overnight. And you see, this is why I said I'm blaming the women, because the buck stops at your table. This thing starts with how you raise your sons. All these men that are voting against women, they were raised by some women. They were made to believe that they are superior to women. The good thing is, I'm so glad that the women in Nigeria did not keep quiet when in fact, from the day that they voted on these bills, women were protesting. And because of their protest, these Nigerian senators, Nigerian lawmakers, they said that, well, they will come back and revisit 3 of these bills. The one that allows a woman to file for her husband, the one that allows a woman to become an indigene, and the one that asks for 35% women representation in politics. So they said that in 4 weeks' time that they would revisit those. They went back on their words. They said they would revisit those in 4 weeks' time. They would vote again. Let's hope that this time around that common sense is common and that they actually vote for the right thing. And they are dropping the remaining 2 of those 5 bills. So now back to where I was. Why can't we start appreciating our young ladies for achieving things in life, for their education, their job, you know, things like that? Let them feel good. Don't let them feel like they've done nothing until they bring a man to your house. Also, you see, this is why I have issues with women, and this is why I'm only talking to women. You are the ones that need to raise your sons right. If you raise your sons right to know that every human being is important, every human being is somebody, that your importance is not determined by whether you are a man or a woman. If you raise your sons to respect women, to know how to treat a lady, I'm sorry, we wouldn't have to be dealing with issues like this. You see why we're talking to women? Women are the ones that need to do the work. You need to appreciate your girls. You need to build their confidence from their childhood. Ask for their opinions, you know. Don't just make decisions on their behalf without telling them. Ask them, what school do you want to go to? Don't just say, this is the school I'm going to register you at. You know, ask for their opinion. Let them feel like they belong. Let them have a voice from childhood. Why do you think that I'm here today? It is because I had a voice from the time that I was a child. My father made sure that I had a voice. So if women have not been participating in dialogue, in, you know, everyday things, the boys will be watching soccer, you will say the girls should go and cook. I made a whole video about why it's important for men to know, anybody to know how to cook. If you know how to eat, know how to cook. I have never seen a man that knows how to cook and regrets that he knows how to cook. I've only seen the opposite, men that don't know how to cook, that regrets not knowing how to cook. We have a society where two people will make a child, but only one person will take care of this child. That is not right. Women need to train their sons that if you make a child, you should also be responsible for the care of the child. It should not just be the woman. Some men in Nigeria never bathe their children, never dress their children, never comb their children's hair. You are depriving yourself of the joy of bonding with your child in a way that a mother is able to bond. You have the opportunity. You can't just leave all that for the woman. A lot of people will not like this episode, but we have to talk about it. Women, you need to start participating in politics and you need to start voting for women. Please do not give me the list of 5 or 7 Nigerian women that didn't do well, because I can give you a list of 500 Nigerian men that have been given the opportunity to hold public office and that did not do well. There are so many laws that women are supposed to work on. Do you know that about 45,000 Nigerian women die every year during childbirth? Nigeria represents 2.4% of the world's population, but Nigeria contributes 10% to global deaths of pregnant mothers. 10% global. More than 200,000 Nigerian babies die during birth and in the first 1 month of their lives. And about 700,000 children under the age of 5 die every year in Nigeria. Nigerian senators don't even pass any bill to ensure that pregnant women are well taken care of or babies are well taken care of. They don't know about that. Many of them don't get involved in taking care of their children. Nigerian women wake up. At least 10 African countries have had female presidents. Then African countries, women have been governors, women have been lawmakers in so many African countries. Don't expect that these men will set aside seats for you because they don't know better. You are the ones that need to get involved in politics. You are the one that need to take your rightful place. You have to be at the table. If you are not, they make decisions about you that will affect your life. If we really want something as women, we know how to get it. I've talked in the past about some African countries where women will literally go on sex strike to get what they want. I'm not saying that you should do sex strike. I'm just saying that women need to stand up and take their rightful place, because in this life, you don't always get your right. Sometimes you have to fight for it. If women cannot be represented at the table, why is it that they want our vote? Let me know what you guys think about this, because we are the ones that are voting for these men. And these men are just making me mad when the rest of Africa is moving forward. They're really backwards. You see why we need women representation. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. Happy International Women's Day one more time. You guys might don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. If you like this episode, click the thumbs up. A lot of people would not like it, but it is what it is. Alright, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, I'm watching you on Plasma TV. Press the subscribe button and the bell button. Until next time, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace out.